C++ has varieties of data types, and we can use them to store these types of information in some variables. The unique thing about C++ is that we have to specify what type of data type is that before storing it in the in some variables. So let's see the types of the data types. So we begin writing the hashtag include IO strem EAMI. So let's do that again. IO strem. And then we have the include again. This time this is strinz. So we begin with intmain, and inside which we'll write the types of data type. So we will see the different data types. So first one is the integer, and there's nothing special about the integer data type. This is just the numbers, and the way to comment is // without any space. And then we do int as, so we want to store a number, and this is just a number. Integer is just a number data type, and let me print them. So way to print them is stdcout, then a special kind of operator inside which we will have a string, and then we say this operator again, the name of the variable, and then std : entl, and this is the first data type. We are storing the integer, and then we will print them and we will print them out. So we can see there is this red in the names. So you can see there is some problem in the file, and the problem is that we have to give this parenthesis, opening and closing of the parenthesis. Now it will go, and then the other one is the floating data type. So let me be lazy and copy this again. We will copy them, and so this one is the floating data type, and this is nothing similar to the above one, but this will have some kind of decimal within it. So the decimal will be only one, and I'll say float floating data type, and let me give some colon here and space to make that beautiful when it will be printed out. And then we have the double data type. This is the one where we have the number of the decimals. So this times we can do 25 dot numbers of 585895, just the random numbers. And we will say again double data type, and we can have to change the name of the variable. So this is a, let's say this is a height, and I would say HEIGST height, and here this will be distance, and let me read this, and I'll say here DISTANS, distance. So these are the first three data types, and there is one called the character data type, and I'll say CHARACTER character. For that we have CHAR, and this is a used for storing only one. So let's be sure that this is only one code, not doubles. So I would say K, and this is a character data type, and I'll change the variable name here, INITIALS, initials. So these are the data types here. Then we have the Boolean data type that we have been seeing in all the types of programming language, and this is very common in other languages as well. So this is drawn by BOOL. Money is. So money is. Now I say nope, I don't have any money at all. And then std COUT, and this is the Boolean data type, and I'll just name the money is or not. And I have to write this FALSE in lowercase only, so I cannot type that in the capital letter. If we do this in FALSE, so it won't be right. So this should be in lowercase only. Now let's see the other one, and this is the string data type, and string data type is just the sets of letters bunched together to create a meaningful things, or meaningful names, or it can be anything, or it may not be meaningful at all. So for example, I can say here a bunch of letters saying John Connor, and I have to print them out, and at this time I say std. So let me copy this again and do this one. So again, I'm getting some errors there, and this is the string data type, and then I would say name, and everything is okay until and unless I see this a red colored name at the very top. So let's move forward. And the next one is the white character data type. So white character data type is something I'm not exactly sure. It just stores some kind of special characters, such as the equational, such as the characters that we use in the equations, and that is something that can be add, for instance. So, and I can do, well, it's not working here, so I should say L, I believe. Now that's works. So here is a special character, and I can again copy this whole line here, and I would say this is a white character type, and then we say the name of the variable white char. So again, everything's okay. Fine. Everything is doing okay. And then we have the very common, very usual, that is array data type, very popular one. We see this everywhere. And here, this is a very unique way to create the array data type. So I specified the number of elements in the data type before. So if I say 5 here, inside the curly bracket, I have to type 5 elements. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a bit congested here. Let me give them some space. So here 4 and 5. So there will be the 5 elements. And the unique thing about this, or I don't know if this is tedious, but to print this, we have to print each and every one of them. Each and every one of them. So I'll say arrays, and let's say int. So this is the characters that will be shown to the user, and then semicolon. So let's do the for loop. Int I is equal to 0. So we do the start 0, just like in Python. I is less than 5, and I will have increment value each time by I++. And then we have the curly brackets opened and closed. So this time what it does is we will have each value printed. So we will pass these numbers, first value to be printed, and this will be inside this one. And then we have the colons, semicolons, and this is this ends here. And then we have the std, COUT, and then the operator sign, std, ENDL. This is it. And this is, and still it's not showing any reddish color at the very top, otherwise it's not working. We see the errors somewhere. Now the final one is the pointer data type. Not and the comments. Pointer data type and an INT. Then after we have the PTR, and then we do and ACE and AZE, and then STD. So again, let me copy this and paste STD count, and this one is the pointer. I'm not sure about this 1.8, so we will see at the very end. Pointer data type and do this multiplication, and then we do the PTR, that's the pointer. So this is something as pointed to integer data type. We are kind of changing the data type there. And at the very end, we have this curly bracket ending the whole process. Before that, we have to return the 0. That means everything has worked fine. We are good to go. And yes, we're seeing this one because it needs the semicolon every time. So it wants the semicolon. It is it's very hungry for semicolons. And I'll save this. I'll write here C++, and then the name of the file. Let's write the bit of the file name and do tab. I do enter, and it automatically makes the next .exe file here. And I'll do A, then again tab, and then run this. So what do we have here? Well, let's see if this is working or not from the very top here. So we have the integer data type is 90, floating data type is 5.9, double data type is 100.569, character data type is J, Boolean data type is 0. So we had actually written false, and this is being printed as 0. And then we have the string data type as John Connor, and the white character data type is 90. But this is not doing anything. White is, so actually we had printed white character type. Okay, white character data type as L at, but it is printing something else. Okay, that's fine. Average data type is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, we might not have changed the variable's name. So it's white character name. Okay, wait, this is it. And there might have been some issues or with the name of the name, the line that we are printing the variable's name. So let's try to go through this again to see the codes. So the first one is the INT, that stands for integer, and this stores the whole numbers, and we are storing here 25 to this variable name is. Then we have the floating data type that stores the single floating point numbers, that is just the dot and only one number after that. For the double data types, this is the called as double precision floating point that stores a more than numbers after the decimal. And then we have the CHAR, that stands for character, that stores a single character, and you can see here this is K here, and this gives the output as the character K. And then we have the Boolean that starts from BOOL, and we have to write them false or true. In this case, we have written false, and it represents 1 for true and 0 for false. And then we have the string data type that stands for string, and the string is used to store the sequences of characters strings, and it requires the string header. And we just directly begin with the std : string. So this is why we have written this string at the very top, otherwise it won't have worked. So that is the thing here. And then we have the double character _t. This is for the white character. So it says that this is used for non ASCII characters. So these are basically for the equations. We'll write the special characters, I believe. Maybe this is not the right example. And then we have the array data type. This stores the collection of elements of the same data types, same type. And these have the fixed size. So we specify the numbers before creating the list of numbers there. And then we have the pointer at the very end, and this is used to store the memory address of another variable. So it says that this is kind of dereferencing the pointer to access the values. So that is the pointer data type. So this is used for storing the memory address of the another variable. Unique thing, very nice. Seems very nice. And we saved it, we ran it, we saw that it gets some kind of a long list of data types there. And it's kind of printing everything, in a double way. I'm not sure why. But anyway, these are the data types. Very nice way to do in C++. Otherwise, in R or in Python, we didn't need to write this load int char bool, but C++ wants this, and it has to be specified. And that's the very unique thing about C++. And that's very nice. So we will continue our learning.